ride and work on the log cabin. Hopefully we make it there because I got like every dash light on and my clutch is slipping really bad.
Born on a tiny remote island and raised on a horse farm, I grew up without any social media until 2022 and I've never been to public school. These videos are a journal, and I don't know what'll happen next, so let's enjoy the ride, and I'll see you on the next adventure.
We have 1 month to get the roof on the log cabin, which is going to be quite the accomplishment if we manage it. There's only going to be 2 of us working on it, and neither of us are roofers. I'm a log builder and Pete's a plumber. I'll drive through a bunch of small towns in the next 5 hours, and then when we get to the last town, I'm going to leave my car there and change vehicles, and then we'll head onto the bush roads. This is the second last town. The highway ends in this town, just in this roundabout. We're going to stop here for gas. Once we get to the garage where I'm picking up the truck, we have to unload all my stuff. Most of it's fishing gear. Most of it's fishing gear. We made it to the last town, and up here is the garage that Jim and Bianca rent. Jim and Bianca are actually a couple of the only people that live in the bush full time. There's other people up there that have hunt camps or fishing camps, but in the winter you need a snowmobile to get in and out of the bush, and in the spring you really can't get in and out at all. This is the garage. I'm not 100% sure which truck I'm supposed to be taking. Bianca just said Jim's truck, and they have a lot of trucks. It's either going to be that dually or the blue truck. I'll look and see which one has keys in it. Judging by the propane tank and the fuel tanks in here and all this stuff, I'm going to say this is the truck. Not locked. That's a good start. Now we gotta get all this into there. I'm all packed up, just leaving the garage. Now I'm gonna start heading onto the bush roads. It takes about 2 hours to get from here to the camp I'm staying in, and I have to drive the rest of the way by memory. This is like a dirt highway that leads into the bush with a bunch of smaller roads that go off of it. And as if Jim and Bianca didn't have enough to do between building houses and running the trucking company and just living in the bush and doing all the trucking, they're also responsible for maintaining this entire road. There's Jim in the grader. The road looks a lot better where he graded it. Wouldn't want to be driving behind me. This seems like a big road until you meet a logging truck coming the other way, and then suddenly it does not seem like a big road. This is the work camp. This is where Jim and the other truckers stay when they're working. Last time I was here, I built that little step. I can see the lake. Ta-da! There it is. This is the camp I'm staying in. We made it. I'm just getting all my stuff unpacked. Gotta get all the food in the fridge. The camp is powered by solar, heated with wood. This is a propane stove, and the sink, toilet, and shower run on lake water, which is pumped into this tank and then gravity fed in here. I got all my stuff packed away. Now, seeing as the lake is right there, we might as well go fishing, right? I'm gonna put on one of these 1/4 ounce hair jigs. I love hair jigs. Perfect. I think we're gonna try this again when it's less windy. I had dinner. The sun is just going down. I'm gonna do a few more casts, and then when I don't catch any fish, I'm gonna start bringing in some firewood, because even though it was super warm today, it's gonna be crazy cold over the weekend and raining, which is not okay. Let's go get firewood. This is the wood pile. I'm going to try to pick out the stuff that's still good. It's been here a long time. I really hope that's enough for the weekend, because whatever else is out there now is going to be soaking wet from the rain. So the plan for tomorrow, we don't have lumber to start framing the roof yet, and it's going to be raining anyway. So we're going to go pick up firewood, but firewood in the form of like trees. See you in the morning. Morning. It's pouring rain. I'm going to go meet Jim and Bianca and see what the plan is. Luckily, it's a short drive because my car doesn't have a roof.
It's just annoying because, say your next log's bigger, you want to adjust this, but you can't because
Jim said figure out how to drive this. I managed to turn it on. Now I'm in the skid steer. We got to move some trailers and wood around. This is all going to be firewood. Beautiful weather. I want to go home, Mom. Trailer is unloaded. This is a log cabin we're supposed to be putting the roof on, but we're not doing that today. We're gonna try and pull out the grader. It's stuck in the ditch and Jim wants to finish grading the road. So he's got the backhoe. We're on our way to pick up firewood right now in the form of trees with that trailer. That's getting parked, that's parked. We're taking these to get firewood. Change of plans, we're not going to get firewood because apparently it'll be too rainy. So we're gonna go back and then I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Seeing as we're not getting firewood, I'm gonna go try and make an 8x8 beam for the log house using the sawmill. Okay, we got the skid steer. I'm gonna start digging through these logs. I'm looking for one that's big enough and straight enough and not rotten enough to be able to be made into an 8x8 beam. So there is one under here. This is the small end of it. This one is quite crowned, you can see, so wouldn't necessarily be as good. So I'm gonna take off a bunch of these, put them over there, and then take a look at that big one, see if it'll work. I'm gonna get a fire going, and that's as much to dry my clothes as it is to warm me up, because tomorrow it's gonna be really cold, even colder than today. 46 degrees Fahrenheit and 8 degrees Celsius. That's really cold. So I need dry clothes because it's gonna be also raining tomorrow. So we're gonna get this fire started. Birch bark because I don't have any paper. Kindling. The problem with this wood stove, it's not very efficient. All the smoke does come out until the chimney heats up. Once the chimney heats up, the smoke does go up the chimney. I swear. Gotta hang up my wet clothes. That's not a very good smoke alarm. The house has been full of smoke for like 5 minutes. The fire's going, my clothes are drying, I had dinner, I'm gonna do some editing and then go to bed. And I'll see you in the morning. Morning. It's pouring rain again and it's really, really cold. I'm gonna go up and work at Jim and Bianca's big house today. Jim and Bianca currently live in a camp like this, just next door to me. But we're working on a big log house for them to move into soonish, hopefully. So Pete and I are gonna go work up there and hopefully find an indoor project to do. Luckily, I got a car with a roof today. This is the inside right now. This wall Pete is actually going to paint a mural on, which is going to be really cool. I'm just going to do a bunch of odd jobs in here, some sanding, some cleaning up, and I forgot what the rest of the stuff I was doing was, but yeah, there's plenty to do. Probably won't be very interesting, but I'll see you later. The rain eased off a bit, so Pete and I are going to process some firewood. done for now until we manage to go and get the rest of that firewood we were trying to get the other day. Then we'll have lots more to do. Okay, tomorrow is actually supposed to be not raining, so we're gonna do some sawmill stuff if we can get the sawmill working properly. Obviously the rain has been holding us back from starting to frame the roof on the cabin, but the other thing that's been holding us back is that we're still waiting on the lumber. Jim is in town now, and hopefully he'll be able to bring it back in the next few days so that we can get started framing the roof for the cabin, which is the main project. Good night, and I'll see you in the morning.
Morning. It's actually not raining. Hooray.
Broke a blade. Pete, can you give me a hand with this for a sec?
Moving what in?
Thank you. Pete! Can't get the lever all the way in.
Oh, you fucker.
At least it's hard. Thank you.
No problem.
This is what we got milled today, a bunch of strapping, a bunch of trim, and a bunch of 8x8s.
And the strapping and the 8x8s are so we can start putting the roof on the log cabin. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next adventure.